Hey, this is Andy Weir, and I'm in beautiful Beatrice, Nebraska. And that's pronounced Beatrice, not Beatrice. You got to get that pronunciation correct. We're about 40 miles south of the state capital of Lincoln, go Big Red, and we're here in the absolute path of totality of the upcoming eclipse. Now, I'm at a small airfield here, driving my all-new Volvo XC60, and the reason this airfield is usually pretty much barren. There's usually pretty much nobody here, maybe a couple of planes, but today that's all very different. Today there are planes everywhere. They're parked out on the grass, they're parked on the tarmac, they're parked everywhere they can fit them. And the reason is because, of course, people have flown in from all over the place just to watch this eclipse. It's a really festive atmosphere with kids and dogs, and everybody's got their special eclipse viewing glasses on, and we're all staring up at the sun. The bad news is it's a little bit overcast, so we might not actually be able to see the eclipse proper, but we will see everything get dark, and we will get to see a 2,000-mile-an-hour lunar shadow cross over the sky above us, so that should be a pretty good kick. All around me, I see everybody has pretty much stopped what they're doing to look up at the sky because we're just a few minutes away from totality right now. It is a pretty festive atmosphere. People are having a good time. Everybody's having some food, maybe a couple of drinks around here. It's pretty. I'm going to come up now and just driving up here to one of the spots that's available for me here. And I'm meeting 3 pilots. And we're going to talk about air travel and what got them into it and what got me into writing and why we're all here today. So here we are. Let me just park this very nice car that they lent me with the agreement that I wouldn't destroy it. There we go. And here we are. Ah. Yeah. Hey guys, how you doing?
How are you? Are you Andy?
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Thanks for coming out.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for being here.
Kind of spooky, huh?
Yeah,
Getting a little dark.
Absolutely.
So, why are we all looking forward to the eclipse? What is it that's so interesting about, well, basically the moon getting in the way of the sun?
Well,
it doesn't happen that often. So
Yeah.
that's
right.
interesting
That's right,
for me.
yeah.
I've never seen it before.
I've never seen it either.
Yeah. Well, for me, I've seen partial eclipses and stuff from in the past in my life, but I've never been in the path of totality.
Yeah.
And so it's pretty interesting. It's an astronomical event. That's a big deal to me.
I think the cool thing is middle of the day and it's getting dark like this.
And cold.
It's getting cool.
Yeah, you can feel it.
And so what's it like? Well, you're from Beatrice, right?
Yep.
Or you're a Beatrician, Beatrician. It's unclear. So what's it like having all these people come to the town to visit?
It's interesting. I really didn't think it would be this full of people.
Yeah.
But it makes it interesting.
Yeah, it's great. And
I'm from Indiana.
you're from Indiana, and you came up here.
Came all the way out here to come
it.
see the totality. Yep.
Yeah.
So it's just,
Yeah.
once in a while chance.
Yeah. And Karina, I understand you got your pilot's license just recently.
Yep.
Yeah. And so then you're on the track to become a commercial airline pilot. That's a long road, right?
Yeah, but it's in the plan, so I'm going to do it as fast as I can.
Yeah. See, I am the opposite of all 3 of you because I am terrified of flying. I have to take medication from my doctor just to get on a plane at all. And you guys can't get enough of it.
Absolutely.
I think you're all insane.
It's a good insane.
So right now we're just a couple minutes away from the totality. And so the moon is obviously, it's between the sun and the earth.
Right.
Now, because the sun is so much bigger than the moon, it ends up casting this cone-shaped shadow. The sun's here, the moon's there, and so there's just this little dot that it projects onto Earth where the totality is, maybe about 50 miles across. And that dot is hauling ass across the country yeah, it's so cool to just see all that math work out. I mean, at some point, some people sat down and worked this out, and so that's why we're here today.
That's crazy.
And that shadow is moving between 1,500 and 2,500 miles per hour across the country, and you'll actually see it.
Come across.
Yeah.
It's definitely getting darker right now and cooling off.
Yeah, the darkness is coming fast.
The darkness is coming fast. We're a little bit over a minute from totality. Now it looks like the sun's obscured behind the clouds, and because it's already so blocked out by the moon, we can't even really see it peeking through. That might be it right there.
That's it right there.
And we can Yeah, you can look up at it with these eclipse viewing glasses, which protect your eyes from the sunlight. But at this point, you can't see anything through them. So we're just gonna have to look up there. You can see it. You can see the light in the sky. There we go, right now.
Yeah.
We've got a little bit of a crescent sun going. There's a term you don't hear very often.
Yeah.
And that's just gonna get darker and darker. So what's interesting is that the obviously as the moon gets in the way of the sun, we're getting the shadow, and we're probably not. Unfortunately, we're not going to see Bailey beads. But notice now, right now, you can feel it getting dark. Can you see it? It's all around you. It's like night.
Sky around.
It's 1 p.m. here in Nebraska.
It looks like it's
And now
sunset.
what's really awesome is look at the horizon. We are in near darkness, but it's daylight out there because that out on the horizon. It's still daytime because that's outside the shadow of the moon.
That's
But
incredible.
we're inside of it.
Looks
Now,
like
if
a
you-
sunset.
This is awesome.
This is awesome. Now, if you look at the sun now, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to see it. There it goes. There it goes.
Oh,
It's going right there. It is. There
see
it is.
it.
Check it out. You can see it.
Awesome.
That is the totality. Now, around the sun right now, you can hear people cheering. Around the moon right now, you can see that little glow. That's the coronosphere. That is the atmosphere of the sun. You can never see it except during an eclipse because the sun's so bright it drowns it out. And you might also see little bits of dots kind of coming around. You might see little dots, and those little dots are actually the sun shining through. See them happening?
Yeah.
That is the sun shining through the valleys of the moon and not through the mountains because the moon has landscape and terrain.
Right.
And those are called Bailey beads, and it makes it look kind of like a diamond necklace.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
That is absolutely incredible.
Isn't that a beautiful sight? And wow, we can see it right through the clouds.
That is awesome.
Look at that. Wow.
Wow, look
What a
at
fantastic view. I honestly didn't expect to be able to see that, but what happened was the shadow of the moon made all the clouds darker. And so then we could see the annular portion of the sun, the little ring. We could see that much more clearly. Wow, what a kick.
and to look around and to see the darkness.
It's
Yeah.
dark everywhere. We're now just sitting here
Right.
illuminated by some lights next to
Right.
the 360-degree camera.
sunset.
And now look at the horizon. What you have here
Incredible. Yeah.
is something. What you have here is something you're never going to see again unless you go to another eclipse, which is it is effectively sunset in all directions. Any direction you look, it's sunset because it's not actually sunset. It's daylight out there. It's just not daylight right here.
What a wild reaction.
Isn't that weird?
This
Now,
is awesome.
what's going to happen next is, we have less than a minute left of this totality, and as the moon creeps out of the way of the sun, we're going to get the opposite of what we just saw. It's going to be like dawn, and it's going to get bright, and it's going to get bright fast. All the clouds are going to illuminate again. The sky's going to turn blue again.
This is one benefit of Nebraska being so flat. You can see.
Yes. Yeah, you can see clear out to the horizon in pretty much every direction. And look over there, there's a rainstorm happening over there.
yeah,
That's
sure.
illuminated by sunlight, but we're not, so it's crystal clear to us.
See it real
You can see the sheets of rain coming down.
It's just amazing to see the sunset all the way around
The
us.
sunset, 360-degree sunset.
And all the shades of color in the sky too.
Anyway, I've lost track of the sun because now the moon is completely occluding. There we go.
There we
There we go. It's coming back.
Wow.
And it's coming back. Watch your eyes now. Don't stare directly at it as he stares directly at it and tells you not to. So back there, now look at that. It's a beautiful sight. Yep. There you can see the crescent of the sun. All right. How beautiful was that? And now it's going to take about an hour and a half for the moon to completely get out of the way of the sun. And look at this. Now it's dawn all of a sudden. And now the light's coming back.
Wow, that happened so quick.
All right. Well, that's it. We've just experienced the totality, and it is zooming at over 1,000 miles an hour to the next location. And so that's it for us here. And now they're gonna go on and watch some other folks experience what we just experienced.
Pretty cool.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for being here, Andy.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Andy.
Thank you. Isn't that a kick? Great to meet